Today, I'm going to be discussing, based on my experience, being an agency nurse, the pros and the cons. So I will encourage you to sit tight and follow me right through to the end as you learn from my experience. Welcome aboard Julie City. I'm so excited to be here once again, and I'm glad you are here. If you're tuning in for the first time, you're highly welcome aboard Julie City, our residency requirement. Yes, that red subscribe button. Click on it and the notification icon. That's where you get notification for all my uploads as soon as they come up. And for my returning subscriber, thank you so much. You know I appreciate you. For the past 1 year plus, I've been fully employed as an agency nurse. My first reason of being an agency nurse is the flexibility that it gives me. As opposed to working as a permanent staff on a specific unit, which I used to do before, which is necessary because you require that some level of confidence and experience to become an agency nurse. The agency nursing situation gives you a lot of flexibility. It actually gives you control over when and where you want to work. So you can plan yourself, you can plan your time, you can work around your family circumstances. So working as a permanent staff, you have to work on a specific ward. You have the opportunity sometimes to request when you want to work, but not where, when you want to work. There are so many staff, and it's not all the time you get what you ask for. But I don't have to worry about that as an agency nurse because I pick and choose when, not just that, and where I want to work. So that is one big reason why I have chosen to be an agency nurse for now. Number two, being an agency nurse, one of the pros is that you get higher pay. Yeah, but hold that thought before you begin to think, oh my God, I'm a billionaire. Oh, yeah. We will talk about it when we get to the cons. Yeah, but then for the immediate, you get higher rates as opposed to what you will get being permanently employed. My third reason of being an agency nurse is the fact that it helps me to experience. I personally love to explore. And so having to pick and choose where I want to is nice because I get to visit so many facilities, experiencing my nursing in different nursing environments. So if I was working on the NECU, I get to experience different NECU environments in different nursing units. So yeah, how fun can that be? I get to see how different everyone does things and how similar everyone does things. The number four, which is leading from number three, is the fact that as I get to see different ways people do things, I get to pick up new skills. Yeah, it helps sharpen and broaden my skills as a nurse. So I get to pick up the good, the bad, and the ugly. Before you say you're picking up the bad and the ugly, yeah, I learn not to do certain things because they are bad, and I learn to pick up excellent skills because they are excellent. So you get to go around different facilities and pick up skills that are valuable to your practice. So you're able to work more confidently because you go to this new environment, expose yourself to this new environment. The idea of being able to learn quickly, apply their guidelines quickly, it's actually really enriching career-wise. So that is one thing. It has helped me over the years to be able to gain confidence and competence in what I do. Yeah, the fifth reason why I like being an agency nurse is the fact that it keeps me away from ward politics and ward drama. Yes, all the drama that goes on the unit, or the politics that goes on a unit. It keeps me away from it. My main focus is my patient care. I arrive for my duty, and my duty is looking after a specific number of patients. I do that, focus on making sure I apply and give best care, and away I go. No drama, no commitment. Yes, so that is one plus for me. And so moving on to the other side, the first downside of being an agency nurse is the fact that as much as it gives you flexibility, it can also be destabilizing. You never really get that sense of belonging to a particular place. When I was working as a permanent staff, yeah, I knew how things were. I knew what things looked like. I understand the policy and protocol of each. I was trained for that specific trust in terms of doing certain skills. So I understand. I know my colleagues. I kind of understand who to work, how they work, when they work. But then working as an agency nurse or being an agency nurse does not always give you that. In fact, mainly it does not give you that. You're always on the move. Yes, I'm always on the move, moving from one hospital to the other. I know it's an advantage, but then it can be challenging sometimes. And peradventure you're watching me and you're considering it. If you're the type of person who does not cope very well with swift change, then I will say stick with your permanent role. You can always occasionally do agency, yeah, but I think it will not be very wise doing it as a full-timer like me. The second con of being an agency nurse is the fact that your shifts can be cancelled at short notice, so you are unable to plan. You might think, oh, this week I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and I'm off Thursday, Friday, Saturday. That might not happen, because come 4 p.m. before you start your shift at 8, you might receive a text or a phone call saying that shift is cancelled. By the next day, you might receive the similar text saying it is cancelled. You might get the notification well ahead of time, but also at short notice. Actually, I've had experiences where I've driven to the hospital, changed, turned in, and right there I'm turned back after I've arrived and changed and ready for shift. So yes, that can be really daunting. That will not also help you to plan financially, because you might think, oh, I have four shifts this week, or I have 2-3 shifts this week and next week, and come the end of that week you realize, oh my god, I've only done 1 shift, or I've not even done, all my shifts have been cancelled. Yeah, so that can also be challenging. So you see where the high pay now balances out, because in as much as you can get high pay working as an agency, if it is not consistent, then you might actually end up worse off than the person who is permanently employed. The next point is the fact that being an agency nurse, you don't have any planned sick leave. Yes, or paid sick leave or pension plan. You have to actually work it out yourself, as opposed to the person who is permanently employed. The employer add or pay into their pension scheme, and if for any reason they are off sick, they get compensation or they still keep their income. But as an agency nurse full-time, if you are not available to work, you don't get paid. So that can be hard. There is a level of anxiety attached to being an agency nurse. Like we've discussed earlier, the lack of planlessness in terms of finance, the fact that you're going to go into a facility that you're not used to all the time, the fact that when you get on the unit, they might be short staff and not have enough time to actually give you proper induction. There's a lot of anxiety, or there's some form of anxiety, I would say, turning up and hoping that you're able to get on with the day shift without actually compromising your patient or looking really stupid. Let that not discourage you, really. Initially you will have that anxiety, but it kind of dies down as you continue in it. But it's always a little bit there, especially when you're turning up for the first time in a new environment. But hey, we get on with it. Nothing is always changing anyway. One other thing or con of being an agency nurse is the fact that when you turn up, you don't really know who you're working with. You don't know their temperaments. They don't know your temperament. They don't know how skilled you are or what your level of practice is like. You two don't know them. So you're like a stranger. And if you happen to run into a not so friendly team, it can be really challenging, because you find it difficult to belong and they don't trust you. So if anything goes wrong, it's your fault. So that's one thing that challenges me as an agency nurse. Yeah, it does come up, because sometimes you go in and you have this team, probably they know themselves. I don't blame them. They know themselves so very well. So you're on a unit, or you're in a room with 3-4 nurses, and they are going chatting away. It's hard to get into it because they are really not discussing in a way to include you. So you really feel like an outsider. So that can be actually be challenging, working 12-hour shifts and really not feeling like you belong, really not being able to be included in a conversation. And if you try to say one or two, if they are really unfriendly, they try to cut you out of the conversation and like, who is this person? You stranger, you don't belong. So sometimes you go on to the unit as an agency nurse and you kind of come out feeling like, oh God, I felt like a real stranger here today. But that being said, I have worked with so many wonderful people. I have made so many beautiful, kind-hearted friends. I've had shifts where I've turned up, the staff, they are so nice, and I always look forward to returning to that unit. Yeah, so that is something just to bear in mind. Human beings are different and people react differently to new people and new environments. So I always bear that in mind when I go. And if I feel like that, I always kind of reflect on the ones. I look forward to the people that I've worked with that are nice. And hopefully, by the time I return a few times, they accept me. But if they don't accept me, well, that's it. I'm here to do my job, and I will do my job the best I can. So I hope I've been able to give you a little bit of insight of what my nursing career is, being an agency nurse. And if you're watching me and you're considering, please don't be discouraged. Just weigh your options and see what suits you best. The most important thing is doing what suits you best so that you will enjoy it and have a fulfilling career. So that's it really here. If there are any topics you want me to discuss or any suggestions, or I've missed out on some of the points, you can actually put it in the comment section. Don't forget to like this video, comment, share, and if you have not subscribed, go on, click on that subscribe button and the notification bell. Till I see you next time, please stay safe and keep alert. Bye bye from me.